Hey guys, welcome to the Rehabilitex blog and our first video series. Hope you've had a chance to check out our website. If you have, you'll see that I've started a 5K training program for myself with the Youngstown Distance Classic coming up here in March. So with that in mind, I'm going to go back to our foundational articles and start from there. So first things first, we're going to do a health, mobility, and stability screen. Health screening, make sure everything checks out. You don't want to get into some situations finding surprises with harder health history. So make sure that's all clear. Everything's okay there. You're going to do a mobility and stability type screen. I prefer using the FMS or the SFMA. So if you walked into my clinic, that's probably what I would choose to use to make sure everything's ready for you to roll. For the purpose of this video, let's just look at a couple quick things so that you can find out maybe if that's something you need to pursue. One of the first tests that I'll use on a mobility screen is just a simple single leg stance position. So what I'll have the athlete do, or have you do, is go ahead and go into a single leg position, and you want to see if anything happens as you go into that single leg stance. Do the shoulders start to lean? Does the hip tend to pop out? Does the knee rotate inwards into that valgus position? Any of those things can be very problematic. You can have hip pathology, you can end up with knee pain, anterior knee pain, patellofemoral type symptoms, meniscus type pathology. In your younger athletes with some different forces, you can even end up with an ACL tear with that dynamic valgus position. So it's something we want to avoid. Further down the chain, you can also end up with things like plantar fasciitis, shin splints. A lot of those can be exacerbated by weaknesses of the hip in that abnormal pattern or running mechanics. So what we want to do, we want to check that. Go into that single leg stance position, make sure none of those things occur. If we're okay there, we'll go ahead and add some movement to the system. Right? So running is going to be a leg swing on the side, so we want to see if we add that leg swing, do we notice any movements? Does the hip stay still? Does the knee stay still? Still looks okay, we can try to add some speed, and again see if anything happens. I get just the slightest little bit of hip pop here, if you can see that as I add that speed. I can try to correct that. But you can see it comes back, and it's probably something that I need to work on as I'm getting running for my race. If you see any of these problems, those are things that you may want to start to look for or to look to correct, and check out some of our future posts. We'll have some exercises to help you take care of that stuff.